I've been reducing the tips quite a lot and stroking along the belly with my plane, which is a tool I don't use that often. I popped the blade out and gave it a good sharpening and a hone. But it's just another illustration of the difference between a laminate and a stave. I mean, I very rarely use a plane, but it's more on the something like this that's very much rectangular at the minute. I mean, I'm knocking the corners off a bit as I go. Here's a quick close-up of one of my temporary knocks. It's just a bit of ash glued on. And in narrowing the tips, I've been, making sure the string line's good. It's coming back a lot further now. I'll get it on the till again in a minute just to double check. I tend to do that first thing in the morning because it's easy to take a load of wood off, not check it, come back to it the next day, take another load of wood off. So when in doubt, slap it on the tiller, just have a quick check of where you are. So it's coming back quite a good bit further than the last video. I did just try and brace it, but couldn't quite do it. I'm in danger of hurting myself. So let's just have a look, see what we got. That's me 90. So yeah, I think that's where I was last night, 90 at 20. There's 95 for the hell of it. So like I said, it's always good to just double check where you were. So 90 at 20, but you'll notice that although it's a long string, it's not dangling down very far, and the figures do pretty well correlate. Actually, it was, what was it, 90 divided by 20. I think we can do that in our heads, boys and girls, can't we? I think that will be 4.5. If we multiply that by 32, that gives us a whopping 144. So I've still got a lot to take off. So we'll have another go with the plane along both limbs, along the belly. Now that will be advantageous because I've got some, a few knots and things there. That's a nice one. That knot there might completely disappear. There's a few scruffy bits on the belly, nothing drastic, but what I've got to watch out for is don't take the draw weight down too far, because as I round the corners I'll drop some more. But making good progress. Right, I ran the plane up the belly a good couple of times each side, making sure to use my fingers and eyes as well to have a look at it. Because with any tool, especially say a plane or a big rasp, we've all got a natural bias to be slightly at one angle or the other. So you have to just keep an eye on it. Other thing I've done is I've put the string through the toggle again, which should take it to a low brace, but there's such a huge tension, it's just got it tight against the belly. But that's tighter than it was before, so it is like a low brace. It's like a zero brace, if you like, as opposed to dangling down 6 inches. But it all makes a difference. It's all on its way towards being braced. Also notice we're getting a bit thin at the tips, because an even stroke of the plane all the way along is taking a greater percentage off the tips than here. Anyway, I'll give it plenty of exercise. I won't just assume it's doing what it's doing. Didn't take me long. That's the nice thing about a plane. You get a nice, quick, even wood removal. That's 80. So there's me 90 at 22. There we are, 95. That was getting on towards 24. I'll just do the arithmetic. We'll call it 95 at 23.5. Yeah, see that's dropped down from £4.5 per inch to £4 per inch. Now times 32, do it in your head, 130. So we dropped from 144 to 130 with a few strokes of the plane. So that gives me an idea how much I, need to remove to drop a bit more. Anyhow, you can see we're progressing. I'll probably stop and I'll probably have another couple of goes with the plane. Another go with the plane, review it, but I want to get her braced pretty soon because it's very easy to run out of draw weight on a longboat. Oh well, I can't brace it now, I'll just take a bit more off. No, I'll brace it now. Oh, it feels like a noodle. Oh, it's a 70-pounder, not a 100-pounder. So if it's not hard to brace, it ain't going to be a warboat. Just looking down the limb, it just looks a bit thick to me here where this node is. And you can actually see the bamboo backing's a bit thicker there. So I'll just pencil mark there, make sure I get the plane on that bit. And out of interest, if we measure the thickness near the knock, yeah, it's still well over ½ an inch, which is what it would be for the horn lock. So we haven't gone stupidly thin. It's easy to lose your sense of proportion when you've got a very big, a big stave. You think, oh my god, I've gone too thin here, but it only looks thin because it's so big everywhere else. I've left it a bit of a swell at the grip, really just to get it comfortable, and I'll be taking more off the corners, and the plane works quite well for taking it off the corners like that quite nicely, and this knot's coming away, so helps if you've got to clamp the visor. But I'm chamfering it more and more each time to try and get away from the totally rectangular cross section. The other thing is to make sure we're not feels thinner that side, this edge, than that edge a little bit. So I'll make sure I just bias my plane to this side. Hopefully that knot will be coming out. That's the area that I marked as thinking it was stiff. Well, thick rather than stiff. That'll do. Hopefully I should be able to get a decent brace on that now, I'd have thought. Right, a bit more work on the belly with the plane. Took a whisker off the side there where it looked to be bulging out slightly. Chamfered the corners a bit more. Put another turn through my toggle, so now you can see we are actually at a low brace, but it looks like that might be weaker than this. So I might not take her back to the full 90 or 95 or whatever. I'll just have a bit of a look. I'm afraid I'll stand in front of the camera to start with, and then I'll get out of the way and do it. That's not looking bad. I think it's looking a bit, that square tiller where all the bend is there and there, the outers are stiff, but they're always going to look stiff because of the little bit of recurve. I'll pull it a bit more with me sitting out the way so you can see, then I'll probably post this and review it now we're at a low brace. Let's take her to 90. It's definite 90 at 24 now. So we're at 90 at 24 at a low brace. So a lot of things are moving towards the, the final score, if you like. 90 divided by 24 equals that's down a bit, times 32, 120. So we're starting to get close now. 120, that's only £20 more than 100. Right, just looking at it to sort of keep an eye on it, it looks exaggeratedly as if it's bending like that. It's only very, very subtle, but it might just mean I need to push the string across a little bit to the right here on each edge. So, you know, just keep an eye on it. Or maybe because the bow will try and bend towards the weak side, I need to take more off the belly this side, on this edge of the belly. So there you can see I've made a pencil line there. I've made a pencil line on the knot, didn't really show much. Oh yeah, I've marked that side where I think I need to take a little bit off that side of the tip. It's just this constant minor adjustment. What's it? Same this side. Take a little bit off that edge, making sure I don't make the tips too thin. Oh yeah, that's it. Successive approximation. You get there by slowly nibbling away at it. Do too much too quick, and you can find you put the bow on the tiller and it's bending sideways, or the string line's wrong, or, you know, I do worry when people, they make a bow. There's one posted today, virtually made a bow and it hasn't been on the tiller yet, and you think, well, yeah, good luck with that.